And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can find out what you want to write and what kind of expectations comes with the genre that you've chosen to write in. How long is the manuscript going to be? How long will it take to finish the book? But why does knowing your genre actually matter? It's a common beginner's mistake to not know what genre you're writing in. And if you ask me, it's a rookie mistake. It's, we've all been there, but you're setting yourself up for failure. And the reason why is because when you start writing, it's a lot better that you know the reader's expectations, the word count your novel is supposed to be, what kind of tone you should have, what kind of style it should be in. Knowing these things will save you a lot of time editing, and it can actually save your entire story. When you write, the reader, you create a sort of a contract with your reader. Your reader comes to you. If you say you write horror, the reader comes to you because they want to be scared. Or if you write a romance novel, they come to you to read your genre because they want that happy ending. They want to feel like, love conquers everything. But if you don't hold up your end of the bargain with the reader contract, then readers won't trust you and they won't read the other things that you write because you obviously don't know what the reader expects from you. And one thing we don't want to do as author is break the reader's trust. So a question that you can ask yourself if you're unsure about which genre you want to write in is why you want to write within a specific genre. What are you going to write and why does it matter? Is there something within you that you want to share with the reader, for example? An example of this could be that you want to share the fact that you really, really believe in love and that's why you love romance books and write romance. Maybe you write fantasy because you grew up enchanted by books and you just love being in a magical world. Or maybe you write essays because you want to explore and discover the world through thoughts. Whatever your reasons are, make sure that you know it and that you've thought it through. And if you ask me, genre isn't just, a category where you place your book in. It's what you care about as a writer. So it doesn't really matter. And yes, it does help with marketing and stuff like that too, for sure. And, there are too many books out there in the world. So I have a TBR that is so long. And if someone were to pitch a book and say that it's not in any specific genre, then I wouldn't read it because I wouldn't know what to expect. And I don't have time for not knowing. I need to know that it's in a genre that I like and that it seems like a good book. Otherwise, I won't take the time to read it. You can see behind me, I have 300-something books and I've read half of them, if even that. And I keep on ordering more books because I love reading so much. And you should not make it harder for readers to choose your book. And also this helps you understanding genre conventions. Like, for example, when I talk about the reader contract, that means that the reader contract is what the audience expects from that kind of book that you've written. If you write a feel-good novel or women's fiction or whatever, then your reader expects the main character to grow emotionally and come out a better version of themselves on the other side. If you write romance, then we have other expectations. We want a happy ending. We want the lovers to actually choose each other at the end of the story. And here's the thing, it's your job as a writer to know what kind of genre conventions are in the genre that you want to write. And this is when reading comes into it. Stephen King says it the best. To be a writer, you have to read a lot and you have to write a lot. And I completely agree with him. That's why if you want to write in a genre that you haven't read, that much, then read 3 to 5 books. And try to look for patterns. Try to see if anything repeats themselves. Because the better you know a genre, the better you know what kind of expectations the readers have, the better you can create, build that into your story. so that it has a solid foundation. And, once you've learned the genre expectations, you can twist it and make it into your own thing. But you can't start experimenting before you've even laid the ground. So read a lot, and try to figure out what the readers want. Another great thing with knowing your genre is the fact that you also will know how long your book is supposed to be, because different genres has different kind of length when it comes to their books. And if you write a book that is way off, like if you write a romance book that is 200,000 words, no traditional publisher will take that up, because it's way too long and printing is expensive and it will take a lot longer to edit. So you need to know how many words the book is expected to be. This will also help you when it comes to planning, like how much you're going to write and stuff like that. So that's why I'm going to break it down for you with how long your book should be, and then we're going to do some math so that you can start planning how long it will take for you to write it, okay? As you can see on the screen here, a thriller novel is expected to have a word count of between 70 to 110,000 words. A sci-fi and fantasy novel can be anywhere from 90,000 words and upwards. A romance novel is usually between 50,000 to 100,000 words. Historical fiction is usually over or around 100K. YA is usually somewhere between 45 to 80K. And children's books are, as you can see, a lot shorter here, somewhere between 20 to 50K, or chapter books are somewhere between 4 to 10K. So how long will it take to write a book? Let's do some simple math here so that you also can, get an idea of how long it actually takes and set the right expectations for yourself. So how many words is the manuscript roughly going to be when you finish it? And how much time do you have to finish it? Let's say that you want to write a thriller novel of 90,000 words, and you think that you can manage to write somewhere between 500 words a day. That means that it will take 180 days for you to finish the first draft of your novel. That's almost 6 months. And here is why we have to do the math here, because a lot of people don't really get how much writing it actually takes. Like how much time it takes to write the first draft. This is probably why so many people say that they want to write, but they never finish their first draft, because it takes time and consistency. And most of us can't write 10,000 words in a day. For most of us, it's a lot easier to write a little bit day by day. Take a moment and figure out how long it will take you to write the first draft of your novel. And let me know in the comments what genre you're writing in. This is super interesting for me to hear as well. I actually have a spreadsheet, if you want to have it, where I track how much I write each and every single session, and where I follow up what kind of progress I've made. So I know that I write roughly 1,000 words per hour. So I know that writing a 90,000 word thriller, the first draft for that will take me roughly 90 hours, which means that I could probably finish it within 3 months if I sit down and write for an hour a day. And the reason why I know all this is because I always track my writing using this spreadsheet. So if you would like to have this spreadsheet of your own, then subscribe to my Substack and you will get it in the welcome email. To wrap this up, it's super important that you know which genre you want to write before you sit down and write, so that you can make sure to fulfill the reader promise, to have the tropes that is supposed to be built into your story. You will know the word count that you're going to have, and you will know how long it will take you to write the story. This is a great way for you to create a writing life and a habit of writing. Let me know in the comments what your biggest struggles with writing consistently and having a writing habit is, and I will try to make a video about that in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye.